welcome to Amateur Opinions. We're back with a new show, new day, new beginnings. You know what time it is. I've got Lela in the building. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing good too. Thank you. Welcome to the show. It's your first time on.
Yes, it is.
And your first time doing a podcast.
Yep.
Yeah. Hope you're not like too nervous.
No. I'm a big girl.
You're a big girl. You can handle yourself.
My own, yes.
There we go. I like the sound of that. So I noticed on your Instagram that you started like a food channel. No, I keep calling it a channel. A food Instagram page. Yeah, there you go. A food page. What made you start that?
So I already have always loved cooking, and I've always uploaded my food, whether it was whatever I was making for dinner. But so when I joined which we're going to speak about at a later point, my boot camp, I had to follow a specific diet for 6 weeks, and I told myself, okay, cool, I already make food interesting for myself, but if I'm gonna be eating like a specific diet for 6 weeks, it needs to just switch up. It needs to just be interesting. Yeah. And meal prepping, I had to make it enjoyable for myself. And so, that's when I started to experience, and I was like, okay, cool. I felt like even though I had the food highlight on my page, I felt like I need something a person who's on my page directly goes to and can see that, okay, I made this, I make this on a specific day, and you can follow like examples to make those meals. And that's what I did, and the feedback I got was great. I was like, hey, cool, let me just venture out and see what I can do. So because
the food looks legit, to be fair.
Yes,
it looks really good.
Just one day you must just come over.
I have to. I need to see what's going on here.
Get some of that Lela's treats.
Hey. Yeah. So okay, and did you actually cook like every day?
Yes.
How time consuming is each meal?
I love cooking, so it really depends. And also it depends on what I do feel like. Like sometimes I'll wake up in the morning and I'll know exactly what I want to eat for supper. So I can get it by the time I go home, because it's either I can do groceries on a weekly basis, because I don't like food staying in the fridge for too long. Right. Also, sometimes I'll just buy what I feel like making on the day.
So for that meal, you buy the stuff you need, right? Yeah. And
so sometimes I won't even know what I feel like making, but we love the internet, so I'll go and just check out some recipes, see because I love experimenting as well with food, so I'll just go see what I can make, and then we make it happen.
And did you just was it like self-taught?
Yes, I'm self-taught. Okay. I mean, my aunt taught me the basics in grade 3. I think everyone is taught how to make rice and meat, but moving forward, it was a self-taught journey. It was I love cooking and
so even with the creativity of how you're gonna do things, it's one of those you just do it off the cuff. You just this usually works with this, so I'm gonna right. And you said you joined a boot camp, right?
Yes.
So this for the meal plan, was that part of the boot camp that they gave you, what you need to eat each day?
So it was a 6-week boot camp.
Yeah.
Well, that's when I joined it, because now I'm a full-time member.
Okay.
But the boot camp is for 6 weeks, and so you have to follow a specific diet, whether it's banting or you choose to do a keto diet, or you just cut down on no sugar at all. So it will, and your fruits, because fruits has a lot of sugar, believe it or not. People tend to think, okay, yes, it is healthy, but just a moderate amount of fruit. So it was just changing that and saying, and just learning about food, and just there's more to just what you see in the grocery store. And I just was like, okay, cool, let me just see how this goes, and just my love for it, I can see that it can take me far, and it's already been opening doors for me. And so
How so?
Okay, so right now, Lela's Treats is a catering company, and so hence I opened the food page as well, because if a person would like me to hire my services, my catering, or you'd like me to cook or meal prep for you, so at least you go down my food page and see what you like. You get to see that I make your modern dishes, your traditional, whatever you feel like, whatever rides your boat. But so
and catering into to what extent, how big how much like food can you make?
Oh,
Like how big an event?
I
for
come
example?
from a very huge family, so
Okay.
I can cook for up to like 30 people. It really varies, but I really can cook a huge amount of food.
Okay.
So yeah, from your individual to your groups, let's say 30, 50. But yeah, I can cook a feast if that's
Okay.
your question.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Okay. All right. And there's one post you made where you were like trying to get into some kind of competition.
Yes.
So how did that go?
Well, that I absolutely. I think that's also goes back to the opportunities I was speaking about.
Yeah.
Because I was auditioning for Taste Master, which unfortunately I didn't get.
What's the show about?
It was you get to win a catering trip to, I think it was Belgium, and it was in December around Christmas time. But long story short, I really think the whole system was rigged, but because nobody who actually entered got you know,
Really?
yeah.
That's
so
crazy.
It is.
So
That's when I was like, huh?
Was it like a
person
ploy?
must just shoot their own things and just do your own content, and someone or like, you know,
Could
someone
have
will
been
realize.
a marketing ploy.
It really was. Like, I felt played, I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
Like, you know, and I've been like, because people will DM me, because I mean, it was reposted and everything, and I'm really not trying to be sour. Like, I'm not. But I'm just speaking my experience from the whole thing. And I remember one of the girls who also auditioned for the show like DM'd me, and she was like, did you see I'm like, yes girl, I see what's going on. Like, it was really crazy. But I think most people saw, because most of the DMs I was getting, I was like, girl, and I was like, at least I don't have to say anything.
Yeah,
People
exactly.
can just
People
see
see
for
for
themselves.
themselves,
So yeah,
That's crazy.
yeah, it is. But it's just social media these days. It's like, who's playing us? Like, you know, but hey,
it's a cold world.
it is, but
Hey, but what can we
nothing's
do?
gonna stop us.
Yeah. So you're planning? Are you planning on like making it some kind of like YouTube thing also?
So Lela's Treats, right? Going back to the catering part of it.
Yeah.
It is a picnic concept. So I'm sure you saw the audition video.
Yeah.
I'm going to be doing more of those concepts moving forward. You'll be seeing a lot of those. And you invited. I'll pop you an invite. But it's a picnic concept where individuals will be invited. I'll be working, which I can't say right now, but I'll be working with a certain wine brand.
Okay.
And I'll do the picnic concept. I cook. Have approximately 15 max people. We get to have a Lela's Treats experience, and like get the word out there for Lela's Treats and just the wine itself, and moving forward, just give people an experience.
And how frequent will the events be? Like once?
We're trying to push it once every month, like
Okay.
make it like
a thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, so it'll be called Lela's what?
Lela's Treats.
Lela's Treats.
Yes,
Yeah. Okay.
yes.
Okay. We'll go to Lela's Treats. And it'll be how many people?
So it's 10
Ideally.
to 15 people max. Like, we're not trying to go above that, because it takes away the exclusivity.
Exactly. And making it nice and intimate is actually very dope. I have a friend of mine who you'd probably be actually interested in talking to. He does African flavored. I actually had him on the podcast like last year. He does African, Afrocentric cooking. So even like ice cream, he'll do like, instead of using, vanilla, chocolate, he'll use African fruit, like indigenous fruit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So for example, he's done one with baobab. He's done one with, I know the indigenous names, but they're like Zimbabwe, because I'm Zimbabwean. There's like the Zimbabwean fruit.
Yeah.
He's done one with like soil, clay.
Yeah.
You can eat clay. So he's done clay flavored ice cream. He's done,
wow.
and they're so good. Even he did one like a pub, like using pub. It's amazing.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
How do you even do that?
Exactly. I was like, how are you doing this? And there's this one little like fruit that he used, where he was like, I used it was about a 1.5 liter container. So the first time he tried it, he used about 8 berries. You'd think that's like not even enough, right? You said it was so potent that he realized he needed to, next time he did it, he used like 2. And
that's crazy.
it's crazy, yeah. So it's that kind of thing. So he also does events where he'll have about 15 people too. And then he cooks things, and then, so it's basically I think the last time I went was 4 or 5 course meal. So he starts off with the starter, something small, and then he goes in to the mains, and then like 2 desserts, probably, that kind of thing. So yeah, and then he explains each dish, explains the origins of it, the components that are in the dish, and all that stuff. His name's Chappy Chappy. I'll give you his handle, and then so you guys can do a collaboration.
Like to check it out.
It'd be dope.
Sounds
Yeah,
amazing.
but yeah, that's dope. Lela's Treats. So when do you think the first one will be?
So right now I'm really trying to push it before my birthday month, guys. It's coming up next month.
That's March.
No,
February. Oh yeah, we're not in February yet. Right.
So I'm really just trying to push it towards then. But I'll be on my socials. I'll really be speaking more about it and just putting the links and where tickets are available for the whole event.
Yeah.
Moving forward, but yeah, that will be on my socials when everything is just on the table.
On the table, yeah. And what are your Instagram handles for the people?
Okay, so my personal page is Lela_Kosani, and my food page is Lela's Treats.
Right.
Yeah.
So give the girl a follow, and you'll get all the details from there. That's exciting stuff. Have you watched the show? It's like a BBC food show called Come Dine With Me.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Like wouldn't you love to do like something like that?
Oh my God, I wouldn't. No,
Yeah.
like
You wouldn't want to do it. Why?
I wouldn't. Oh, I can't stand critiques sometimes. Like I'm okay. Maybe it's my sensitive nature. I mean, you can tell me you don't like your A, B, and C, but if you like, I will strangle you.
Like if you're being a dick about it.
Yeah, like don't be a dick about it. Like So I think that's why I wouldn't be able to. No.
How about the hosting part of it, where you're actually hosting like 5 people or 4 people?
That would be lovely.
Yeah.
That would
so
be
the
lovely.
competition side of things, where it's like people are basically gunning against each other. That part of it is like, it's a bit much.
But MasterChef, yona, that's my vibe.
Yeah. So you'd go for MasterChef?
I would.
Okay. And is MasterChef South Africa still going on?
I think so. Is
Okay.
it?
I don't know.
Yeah,
I have no
they
idea.
still have, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be dope. A friend of mine was applying. Well, I think it's kind of like auditioning for Come Dine With Me SA. So they've done a couple of seasons in South Africa, like years back.
I used to watch, like, they have in Durban, Cape
Town. Yeah, exactly. So I think they're doing another season. I think this year. So he caught wind of it and he applied to do it. So what they actually do is they come to your house. So first of all, you need to have like a place where you can actually host people. So like a table.
Yeah.
And it also has to be like visually appealing for their show.
Yeah.
At the same time. And his house is like amazing. It's stunning. I'm actually gonna ask him if he made it through. But yeah, basically they come to your house and then they interview you, see what you're about, see your vibe. Because I think another thing about it is they'll try to have different like personalities, so that there's potentially
some
a clash.
drama, yeah.
You need a little bit of drama for the
are-
show. So you like best believe like they'll make sure there's a little bit of drama if you go into that show. Okay, and so back to the boot camp. You were saying so what in terms of now? So you spoke about the food component of it.
Yes.
How about in terms of the actual exercising?
The fitness, I love it. I love it there because the main reason I joined a boot camp was because of I can't say I'm struggling because I do my best to go to gym at least 3 times a week. So it's different from a commercial gym in a sense that in terms of we don't work with equipment, those heavy equipment machines. You don't need that to lose weight. You don't need that to tone up and like literally you just don't need that. So I love the methods that they use. They're so hands-on. Like if you don't go to gym for like 2 or 3 days, they'll hit you up on time. Like
what's that mean?
Are you not trying to achieve your goals?
Yeah.
Like I love them. I love how everyone has the same mindset there. It's just so driven. And most of the classes are like 45 to 50 minutes. You'll sweat, like and it's just amazing.
So what kind of exercises are they?
You get your squats, your
Okay.
dumbbells, your lunges, your what is those jumping jacks? You
that
get
stuff is
your
brutal.
you don't
stuff is
understand,
brutal.
and like our trainers are hectic.
Yeah.
Like they're so hectic, but you love it. Like
Yeah.
after the session, I'm always like, I'm never coming here again, but I'm still gonna go.
But you feel so good, like after, because I
is.
also joined this. There was a fight club just on Lower Main here, where it's a boxing club. So they bring a few people in people like me would come and then exercise with in one of
Actual
the
boxes.
Yeah, and
How
those
does
guys
that
are
go?
intense. Oh, it's rough.
Yeah, it's intense.
It's rough.
Yo.
And those guys are like extremely fit, right? So, but then you do the exercises because it would start at 6. So I'd probably get there at like 10 past because I'm coming from work from town. So it's, you know the vibe. So I was like, I did it for 3 months, and because I do it for fitness because I play football and basketball like and then that usually starts around March. So I do it like January, February, March, and then I'm done.
Yeah.
But like the fitness I'll have after that would be intense. Like it'd be crazy. But it's so much work. So is yours also like fighting? Do they have, or is it?
There's no fighting on ours, but it's
Okay.
more fitness and hands-on in the whole being.
Yeah. Oof, yeah, nah, that's crazy.
It's hectic.
And it's a six week boot camp. But you said now.
So they have a program whereby they have a 6-week boot camp twice in a year, and then for the rest of the year, it's just your normal classes that starts at 5:30 in the morning until 6:30 late. So if it's not the program going on, it's just those normal classes,
Okay.
which are like 45 to 50 minutes. Which are the ones I go to.
Okay, and where's the gym? Are they first of all, are they paying you to?
I love my gym, so
You
now
love them, so you'll give them a plug. You can give them a plug if you want to. Yeah.
like I really, really love EFF. Like for
So it's called EFF.
yes,
Which EFF is this?
explosive functional fitness.
Okay,
That's what it means.
Okay.
Like they're really explosive.
Yeah.
And very functional.
And where's the gym?
Salt River. On Durham Avenue, just 97 Durham Avenue. That's the address. I even know the address off by heart.
Yeah, I know you love them. So how long have you been there?
I've been there for I think, if not 5 months now, 5, 6. So prior to that, I would work out and do my own like workouts. But as I said, I struggle to go to a commercial gym because if we're keeping it 100, guys, it's when you're female, sometimes just going to a commercial gym is the piss. Like
What happens?
it's the piss. Like I've had the worst experiences in commercial gyms. Like you can't just gym in peace. You can't. You really can't. You'll at least have like 3. Yeah, guys.
Three niggas trying to.
Doesn't Jane one session like
Damn, bro.
So.
And you're just trying to work out.
I'm trying to
work out,
like,
guys.
You know, like you crusty. Who's looking hot while they're working out?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, that actually sucks. I can imagine. I was with one of my friends yesterday. So she's becoming like a celebrity. So now people are starting to kind of know her. Yeah. So we just, because we like playing pool, and so we just went to Stones, and like she got stopped like so many times. But at the same time, like that day, she wasn't, like yesterday, she wasn't in the mood to like talk to people, you know. So it was one of those like, damn, that's like another. It's like a similar thing to where like you just want to
like,
do a thing. You just want to do a thing.
Yeah.
But people aren't letting you, you know. Nah, I don't know. I don't experience that, so I'm grateful.
Must be nice.
It is nice. It is nice. Okay. And in terms of lifestyle.
So lifestyle, I am an influencer by nature, before your fitness, before your food content and everything. I am an influencer, and I do get to work with different brands here and there. And so that has been, it's been a journey since 2014.
Okay.
I can say I started influencing in 2014. Like if I look back, if I date back to my Instagram and you still see pictures that were content creation at the time, I'm like, girl, you've been pushing. So yeah, like I get to work with brands, and I'd for anyone who's trying to venture into the influencing world, I would suggest or advise them to join platforms such as the Humans app, where brands get to look for influencers, and like they get to click on your profiles and just like search you out and see if they want to work with you, and that's how they find you, because they're not, well, some don't just find you on your Instagram. You need to go out there, you need to put in the work, you need to email your PR lists, you need to,
so it's not automatic,
put in your social media kits, you need to put in the work. Like, yes, it does come to you, but it doesn't just come while chilling. You need to put in the work.
I actually didn't know that. So it's called what? The Humans app?
Humans app.
Okay.
Brands look for you on those apps. Like social media platforms, you just link your social media platforms, because I have my Twitter linked on it and my Instagram.
Yeah.
If it's not, prior to that, I was using there's this other one called Webfluential. There's so many platforms, but if people would just go out, the internet is available to everyone.
Yeah.
So just Google social media influencing apps, and they are literally available to us.
That's interesting. I didn't know that. Like I've never actually researched, which is dumb because I'm doing this.
And you bid. I love it. It's amazing.
Okay.
These resources are available to us. You just really need to go out there. So what I love about Humans app as well is you get to bid like how much you would charge for a campaign, right?
Yeah.
Well, you read the brief and see if you qualify for it. Like anything requires a requirement. And so if the brand themselves can see that, okay, we like your profile, we can, attach our name to the profile. Let's do it. So yeah, I really like that app, guys.
That's dope.
You should check it out.
I definitely will.
Humans.
I should have actually researched into it, but thanks for telling me about
dope.
that.
You should, yeah.
Okay. And so was it like a decision you made to become like an influencer? Like what's the difference between before 2014 when you weren't an influencer and post? Like what was the difference in how you were moving?
It really, really happened organically.
Okay.
I'm not going to lie, but I did start putting in effort when I saw actually like my numbers were gradually growing if I would put in effort in my content.
Yeah.
So I was like, okay, I think we should up a notch. Let's put in more effort and see how it goes. So that went to actively going out of our way to ask a photographer to just go shoot you somewhere, anywhere. I would just have a concept, look up on Pinterest for inspiration. It's another amazing app.
Yeah.
You just look up for inspiration, shoot concepts that resonate with you, and people will find you. So yeah.
And that's the interesting thing, right? Like the age we're in right now is the human capital is very valuable. So for example, how Google like started the whole thing where it was a search engine, right? So they got people to start using it a lot and then sign up. So even like joining Facebook, all that stuff, like if you think about it, it shouldn't be free for you to actually use it. But then they were like, nah, it's actually more valuable for us. And they started this early. They realized this early. Like if we get people's contacts basically where people are using our things, we can actually make a lot more money. And obviously making it free makes people join.
For real. Like
so,
Google,
yeah.
Sorry. Yeah.
No, yeah, go ahead.
Google even has these short courses that are free. They're just so amazing. Like technology is really great.
It's really great.
It's really great to be living in these times, millennial times.
Yeah, it's crazy. And like you're saying, like with people, like you're saying, like you saw your following growing. And obviously the more people that know you or follow you, right, are invested in your content, then the more you can actually monetize it.
Yeah, your engagement, your stats go up because that's what the brands look at.
Yeah.
And these apps also generate your information and show you your graphs and your stats and how many people like your pictures or your average, how many people look at your profile in 7 days or 2 days, or how many people or men or female that follow you in Joburg, in Cape Town, in Durban. And those are things that at face value people don't see. That's the information brands want, so they can be able to work with you, because as much as you may be getting those 500 or 1,000 likes on a picture, but if no one is engaging with you, like who's gonna want to, work with you?
Yeah.
So yeah.
Exactly. Nah, I'm with you. So I'm gonna wrap this up. Thanks so much for joining me.
Yes.
And again, what are your social media handles?
Lela_Kosani, and my food page is Lela's Treats. And thank you so much for having me.
Thanks for coming. Appreciate it. And Twitter?
Twitter is _Lela Kosani.
Okay, perfect. All right, thanks so much for joining me. Peeps, you already know, just subscribe to the channel, YouTube, and give us a 5-star review on iTunes. We'd really appreciate it. It always helps us to rise up the charts. And, obviously that it's a big deal for us. So we would appreciate it if you did that. But yeah, we'll check you guys next week. These are amateur opinions. If you like them, you can take them. If you don't, you can leave them. Peace.